we found out that Genie Plus will not have a sellout. Anybody and everybody that's in the park on any given day can purchase Genie Plus for $15.
Well, that's probably why you can only ride one thing one time.
If you go during Christmas and you buy Genie Plus at, say, 9 o'clock, you're probably going to be one of the last people that buys it, and you're not going to get on any of the better rides. You're going to get on Aladdin's Magic Carpets, like that.
Yes!
Welcome, Walt Disney World fans, to another episode of the Notcast presented by NotClub33.com. This week on the show, we're talking about the newest addition to Walt Disney World, Genie Plus, aka a paid Fast Pass system. My name is Steve Rhodes, and we're going to dive into all of that, but first let's see who else is here with me. We've got Patrick Neistat here.
What's going on?
Becky Wells.
Hello.
And the Disney Cynic, Bobby Burchins.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, but I am for real.
The Outcast.
Yes.
Making people's daughters cry, Bobby Burchins.
All over the place in Atlanta, let me tell you.
Oh, man.
I thought you were in Orlando.
Yeah, I'm married. I don't have the ability to make anybody else's daughters cry anymore. So, I'm married.
Okay.
Yeah, that whole thing. Thanks for trying to ruin that for me, Pat. I appreciate it.
Oh, man. Guys, let's jump into the quick details on Disney Plus for the uninitiated. Or Disney Plus, the Genie Plus. There's so many damn pluses at Disney right now.
The pluses and the minuses and whatnot.
Yes. So, Genie Plus is the new paid Fast Pass service. It allows you to ride all the old Fast Pass rides except for 8 of them. There's 2 at each park that will be on their own tier that you have to pay a la carte for. But the service is $15, and it allows you to ride every old Fast Pass ride once per day. And the list of each parks, I might throw them on the screen here. I don't know that you'll be able to ingest all of that, but there's a lot at Magic Kingdom, only a handful at Epcot, handful at Animal Kingdom, and then a pretty good share at Hollywood Studios. Notably missing Hollywood Studios, you're not going to get Rise of the Resistance. You're not going to get Mickey's Runaway Railway. Over at Epcot, you're missing Frozen and Ratatouille. Animal Kingdom, Expedition Everest. Yeah, I don't know if you are, but over at Animal Kingdom, it's Expedition Everest and Flight of Passage. And then at Magic Kingdom, we all knew Seven Dwarfs Mine Train wouldn't be there, and the other one they decided to go with was Space Mountain. So those 8 rides I just listed individually are a la carte, ranging from $7 to $15. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Straight to the campaign.
So $15 is the cost per day per person. And if you did park hop, you could use it at more than one park for the day, but you can only use it on one ride twice. So if you really like a specific ride and you want to do Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, once you use it, you can't get back on that with another pass, even if there's availability. So that being said, Bobby, what say you?
I think it's fucking stupid. That really is what it boils down to. Like, how many different pluses are we going to have, first of all? Second of all, the problem that I have with this is that, like, before the pandemic, it was entirely free for us to do all of this. You just had to log into the app, or even older than that, you just had to run around the parks or send the fast brother to run around to go pick up the fast passes.
The old paper system, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I would much rather have that system back than having to do this. If I was going to pay for this type of system on a consistent basis, I mean, I would really consider paying for it at $25 a day if it was just an unlimited, like, hey, I bought Disney Plus or Genie Plus, and now I get to go through the line, and bypass all of this shit. But no, that's not what's happening. And instead, they're making me pay for something that I got for free less than a year ago. So no, I'm kind of fucking pissed at it. I will say that I'll try it out once because I'm going to be the test subject here for the group, and I will have a full report, I guess, here coming up after the show airs. But I don't think that it's I think it's a nickeling and diming issue on the part of our favorite Bob Chapek, and you know what? I don't appreciate it. Let's just leave it at that.
You agree with that, Becky?
I think Disney Genie on its own is actually going to be a really cool system. It's going to be really good for the parks. For
So is
Disney as a company
Lentesta's
and how they
thing,
run it.
by the way, the touring plans. That's exactly
Were
what
you-
this is. It's the same
Are
thing.
you going to leave it at that?
But that's paid for. You have to pay for that. Disney is giving you, Genie for free
I suppose.
in order to entice you
Yeah.
to buy Genie
I
Plus.
just think
guess I
the
don't know.
Genie part is going to be cool, and it's going to be interesting for guests, but it's going to help the company in lots of different ways and the parks in lots of different ways. Just, it's going to be neat. The plus part, I just don't think I care enough. And I do find it entertaining that 2 of the, I think, 4 rides that you can single rider line on are 2 of the 8 that you have to individually buy to bypass. It's like, yeah, not going to do those. Single rider line.
No, single rider at Expedition Everest all day. Yeah, for sure.
It's like some of the choices are a little odd. I almost agree with the speculation that Space Mountain is only on that like lightning lane extra individual whatever plus thing it is as a placeholder for Tron, though. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah.
Because
No doubt.
space
Yeah,
makes
definitely.
no sense.
Well,
Same
I
with
don't-
Guardians
I mean-
of the Galaxy and Frozen.
Let's hope.
yeah.
I mean, who cares
But
on
both
either
of those rides, you
but-
assume both of those
Frozen.
rides are gonna end up with virtual
Remy's.
queues. So we'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not necessarily buying it for my whole family because we can wait in line or just be selective on what we're doing. We don't get
Sure.
park hoppers with the kids, so I just don't give a crap personally. But
Fair enough.
I mean, there's
I
also
think it'll be
17 of
fine,
you, so that
but I
adds
don't
up.
care. It does.
$15 a day ain't cheap when you got 7. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Pat,
almost an
are
eel.
you buying this thing at all?
I'm
maybe
on
some
the
of the
fe-
time, yeah.
I'm on the fence. Maybe if I have my kids there, maybe I'll do. It just depends what park. If I'm there by myself with my wife, no way, not a chance. I'll buy it. I don't know. My question is, do you have to have the Disney Plus or Genie Plus or whatever the hell it's called to
This is the
pay
problem
for
with
those
the branding.
separate rides?
Yeah, you don't. You can do the a la carte.
So if I want to
stuff
ride
and-
Flight of Passage, I could just pay for it and jump the line.
yeah,
You don't have
and
to pay
that's
the 15 and then the additional singular fees. That's not.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't need it's not a paywall to another paywall. There's just 2 separate paywalls, and you can pick which one you want to be in.
Do you
Or
honestly
both.
think that Disney is going to decline money from you at this point?
Well, I didn't
Well,
know. I didn't
they're-
know if you had to buy this to get the plus plus.
And speaking of that, they're not. It's come out just before launch here that they're not going to decline money from anybody. So we found out that Genie Plus will not have a sellout. So anybody and everybody that's in the park on any given day can purchase Genie Plus for $15. So even if they're at full capacity, everybody can buy Genie Plus.
Well, that's probably
That's
why
good.
you can only ride one ride, one thing one
Sure.
time. Yeah.
Sure.
So-
because on busier days, but not to talk about another company, but it's kind of sounds like almost like that. What's that thing that Southwest Airlines does, where you can pay to upgrade your boarding? It doesn't
did that.
guarantee you that you're going to get a good seat. It just guarantees that they'll check you in for you. Well, this kind of seems like what it is, because like if you go during Christmas and you buy Genie Plus at say 9:00. In the morning at Magic Kingdom, you're probably going to be one of the last people that buys it, and you're not going to get on any of the better rides. You're going to be using
Oh,
that
God,
to get on
no.
Aladdin's
So,
magic.
let me ask you
You're
a
going to get on
question.
Aladdin's
So-
magic carpets, like that.
If you buy a like a 5-day park pass, and can you pick the days you want the Genie Plus for, or do you have to have it for all 5
Yes.
days?
It's day by day.
So
Oh,
yeah, it's a
okay.
day by day, and in fact, you can't even buy it until 7. If you're staying on property, you can't buy it till 7 a.m. And if you're off property, staying off property, you can't buy it until park open.
So you have to buy it the day of?
Day of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Really? Wow, I'm
So
shocked.
people staying
This
off.
is-
So that is a perk for those of you guys that are going to stay on site. If you're renting DVC points, like we tell you to do here, if you wake up at 7 a.m., you'll be able to get on the app and actually book your first your first reservation of the day, so to speak, your first Genie Plus selection of the day. Then after that, as you ride, you can select more and more rides. As soon as you just like with FastPass, once you tap in, that one goes away, and you can pick another selection. Other than that, there's a 2-hour time limit. It's whichever comes first. So you can pick one every 2 hours or after you've used your selection.
That's bullshit.
That's how
every 2 hours.
Or if you use your
if
selection
you tap,
up.
once you tap in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But actually, Steve, I think the 7 o'clock, that is when you can make your first choice. But I think that part's universal. It's on the Lightning Lane that you have the benefit of buying those if you're staying on property, and then park open if you're not. But this plus part is you can buy it when you buy it, and then you make your choice, your first choice at 7 a.m.
So,
and that's universal. That's like,
so is the Lightning Lane the Fast Pass Genie Plus lane too?
Yes,
it's the same lane. But
So
nobody
that's-
will be using it except people who pay.
Damn it! Why did they make this so
specific
complicated?
the Lightning Lane is
Disney.
that VIP lane that you're going to get to walk into, and that's just the physical name of the lane. The one where you pay a la carte, that's not quote unquote all inclusive. That's just called individual ride selections, and it's not.
Yeah, but is that in the Lightning Lane too?
That is also the
Yeah.
Lightning Lane, but that Lightning
get-
Lane won't be used for Genie Plus because those are the ones that are excluded from Genie Plus.
Oh, that's
so those
true.
Lightning Laners will only be the Lightning Laners that paid specifically for
Yeah.
that
Well,
Lightning Lane.
It's a confusing situation.
Cluster.
Plussing this and it but I mean, quite honestly, for me, I'm looking at this like this thing is completely worthless in Animal Kingdom almost. Worthless in Epcot. You might use it at Hollywood Studios because of Slinky Dog's line, and
Yeah.
Magic Kingdom has the most rides, so I could see it feasibly used there. But if you use this thing at Epcot you get
Go
Test
Nemo.
Track. I mean, Test Track and Soarin' are on
Test
there,
Track
but
has
I mean,
a single rider line.
yeah, but just use a single rider. I mean, and so in
If you
Soarin',
use this, you're
and
not
there's
making
parts
your
of the-
car anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, parts of the day, Soarin' lines get down to 20 minutes. So, what are you using it for at Epcot? And with Flight of Passage not being on there and Everest not being on there, Everest also has single rider. What in the hell would you use it for at Animal Kingdom? Like, really, you're stupid if you use it. Like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
but
you can use it for the animation
Teach their own.
experience.
Okay, yeah. Festival of the Lion King. Like,
Rafiki's Planet Watch.
yeah.
The sideways train that Patrick loves.
Well, guys, we didn't really get the chance to
shit.
cover everything that we wanted to touch on here, so I think what we'll do next episode is we'll get into those individual lane selections or whatever, those rides, and if we think it's going to be worth a la carte stuff, we'll do that next episode and dissect that. So stay tuned next Friday, 4 p.m. Magic Kingdom time. We'll talk about those other 8 rides and whether we think those a la carte selections are worth it. You heard our thoughts right now on Disney Genie Plus and whether or not we think that's worth it. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. And while you're down there, why not hit that share button, slap a like, and think about subscribing, because it really does help out the channel. As you see Bobby motioning there to hit the bell notifications. For everybody here at Not Club 33, have a great day.